Obviously, they will be facing Stoke, Everton, and all that in the pre-season tour. Well, for us, now there's always something they get to win in pre-season, but sometimes they not really won the Emirates Cup. Not that, but this season, hopefully, once they get to win that, maybe they shouldn't win it because the 2 seasons they didn't win
They
it.
didn't win it.
They
They
got to
got a
win a
trophy.
trophy. So maybe they don't win
They
it.
also didn't win that. They got to win a trophy. So maybe
They shouldn't win it. So that
they
they
don't
can
win
get
it.
the trophy.
They don't win. They concentrate on other on the main trophies and go for them.
Okay, what's the story that Mesut Ozil might just leave the club?
Well, we hear that he's apparently not confident enough that he will be played in his preferred position at Arsenal, and we hear he's going to have he's going to sit down and talk with Arsene Wenger to clear the air to find out if he will be playing his favorite position or not, and maybe that would now lead to us knowing if he would stay or he would go, because sometimes these players, we think that they don't have the power, but they actually have the power to make their decisions themselves. Like Van Persie, when he left Man United, it was actually because he wanted to leave. If he didn't want to leave, he wouldn't have gone. So Mesut Ozil has to weigh the pros and cons and see, and he'll find out if he's going to. It's for some players, it's not just about being in a club. It's about playing and giving your best. If you think playing in a particular position would not allow you flourish and show everybody what you're capable of doing, you might just feel, what, I think I'll have to look for another club where I'll be played in that position so that my talents can actually be shown around the world and people can see what I'm actually capable of doing. So, but I'm confident. I think he would stay if he has a talk with Arsene Wenger. Arsene Wenger will tell him his plans. And Arsene Wenger, I think he's a man of. I think he's a very good coach. He's worked with a lot of players over the years. He's even made players play positions they never knew they would be able to play, and brought out the best. Better. Brought out the best from all these players. So definitely, I think Mesut Ozil should just trust the man, Arsene Wenger, to do what he knows how to do best and flow with the team. Arsenal on the up, 2 trophies back-to-back, 2 seasons, and I think definitely the next target will be challenging for the EPL, which I think they can do. They can actually challenge for the EPL because they've kept their core, which has been a problem they've been having for seasons past. Every season somebody leaves, this person leaves, that person leaves, but now they've been able to keep a core of players for a while now, and I think a little bit of additions here and there, they should be genuine challenges for the EPL title come August.
Okay, well, hopefully that. Maybe Mesut Ozil may just be the fact that he wants to leave. People actually saying that because he's lazy in that particular position, he's been made to play. So he just wants to play a position where he would be comfortable with. That's why his laziness will not leash you.
I don't understand what you mean by lazy. He has a job to challenge, doesn't it?
Yeah, talk about some legends of different clubs. Now, Bastian Schweinsteiger, of course, is coming to Manchester United, and of course, you also have Ike Kizia. He is going to FC Porto. Now, these 2 players actually legend in their own right. You would say it's actually an end of an era for them. Age 30, after how many seasons at Bayern Munich? For Bastian Schweinsteiger, he's joining Manchester United, made about he played 535 games for them, and of course, how many trophies? He won 22 trophies. Now, for the KKC, he has 34, 16 seasons, 725 games, and 18 trophies. These players leaving their club, it's something that I wouldn't have dreamt of this day, because you feel there are some players you just believe they are a kind of an icon. When you mention a particular club, they are associated with that club, and you just feel, okay, this player is for this particular club. When you now see such players leaving their club, what do you think about this?
We've been talking about this for a while now, after the likes of Maldini, the likes of Baresi, Ryan Giggs, Paul Scholes. We've been talking about this for a while, Francesco Totti. Now, are we getting towards the end of one club players? It's been a while. We've seen a player, stay in a club and play throughout his career. I think Casillas would have loved, to do that, but unfortunately, Casillas wasn't treated at all. He wasn't treated well by the Real Madrid body. Because what they did, he was basically shoved out. He was basically pushed out. You could see when his farewell press conference. Yeah, number one, he was alone. He was alone. This is a club icon. He's been at the club since he was 5. He was alone there. There was nobody. There was nobody. There was nobody flanking. There was nobody talking. Come on, I felt really bad for Iker Casillas. Everything
they did 25 years. The next day,
come on, because of the backlash from fans.
Fiorentina Perez came in, and he was with him,
and the fans were they were upset. Because of the way because of the way he was treated. Okay. This is somebody that has been in the club for 25 years, quarter of a century, and you toss him out like like a rag. Come on, not good at all there by Real Madrid.
Fiorentina Perez actually said he was the one who made the decision. He came and he met with them and said, look, I found a club, I want to leave.
Yeah.
And he said, okay, because he's a great guy, they allowed him to actually.
Yeah, right. I really believe Florentino Perez. This is somebody that was crying, saying he wants to stay at the club. You know, he's all he has ever wanted to do.
You're thinking it's like, was that the reason the fans were actually chanting? You can see the pictures where the fans were chanting, Florentino Perez, resign, 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 we don't want you, and Sergio Ramos shouldn't leave the club.
Yeah, I think if Sergio Ramos leaves Real Madrid, it will be because of treatments of a player like this. It just didn't even start with Casillas. One of the players, Raul Gonzalez, I never thought he would leave Real Madrid, you know, and he was sort of also pushed away. He went out to Schalke. Well, I just think Madrid they goofed on that particular one. Now, damage control, yes, but you know they've already sent a message on how they treat players. Bastian Schweinsteiger's case, a different case. He's won everything he can win in Germany, and he just said, you know what? I think let me try my hands somewhere else and see. He's still relatively young. He's 30, you know, so at least relatively young. He's 30. He can still go and have 2, 3, 4 good seasons in England before he goes over to the United States or to the Middle East to settle. So he just wants to have fun. Yeah, this was after
he has been for so many
This was
years.
after he had cried his eyes out
on Sunday
on a press conference.
And on Monday, this was more like a damage control.
Yeah, because fans were not happy. You know, so during the season, some section of the fans boo players. You know, and so I don't understand why anybody would boo Casillas. And this shows you that they actually core Madrid stars that actually love their players, love their legends, and want them to stay. You know, so I think this will go a long way to making Casillas feel better. He might return in some capacity later on in the future. We've seen players like Hierro who didn't retire at Madrid, you know, come back. So definitely, maybe because he's always said it. He's always said it that wherever he is, he will always be Hala Madrid. So definitely, I think Casillas, fantastic player. Porto having a great champion to their squad.
Okay, Landa actually arrived yesterday in Portugal, just yesterday night. Of course, maybe a few days from now, he should be unveiled. And at 34, I think FC Porto are really getting something really huge and big. Okay, talking about Manchester United, they spent 150 million pounds last season. And this summer, they've spent 80 million pounds already. And we heard that they are targeting the Edinson Cavani. They're spending so much money. 4 players already coming into the squad. This club, how much do they really need to spend? Because it's like Man United is becoming a club that really just want to buy the title. Like Manchester City and Chelsea when the money started rolling in.
I think Manchester United are trying to repair a mistake that was made after Sir Alex Ferguson left. Sir Alex Ferguson left and David Moyes was brought in, a coach without caliber, a coach that hadn't won anything. You do not give such a coach, in this day and age, we're not talking about 1986 here, or 1992. In 2007, 2008, 2011, 2013, you're bringing in a coach with no winning pedigree. With no winning pedigree to manage the club of Manchester United. I think that's what they're suffering from. You know, how can you go from champions to 7th place? So Van Gaal has come in to do damage control. I think if Van Gaal had succeeded Ferguson, it would have been a seamless transition. You know, Manchester United would not need. So? Yes, I think it would have been a seamless transition. Maybe I'm not saying they would win the title the next season again, but they would not drop to 7th. They would still be within the Champions League places. So definitely, that is what Van Gaal is trying to do. He was brought in to bring the glory days back. And under David Moyes, Manchester United lost the fear factor. Old Trafford became a stomping ground for anybody to go there, pick up the point. You know, so I think what they're trying to do now is to make a statement that we are still Manchester United. We can afford the best players in the world, and that's why they are going on this spending spree. They've spent 80 million already. Definitely will know they will still spend money because they don't. That man, Robin Van Persie, has left for Fenerbahce. They have only Rooney and James Wilson, and we do not know the status of Javier Hernandez, if he's going to stay or if he's leaving because he's injured. He's injured right now, so we don't know his status. So definitely, I think United. The main thing here is the coach they have. So I think they will be within the shout for the title next season. It's going to be a very interesting season next season. Arsenal, Manchester United, Chelsea, of course, and Man City to some extent, and maybe Liverpool. You know, trying to show that last season was a blip. We will be back better and stronger. So
you think with all the money spent, they definitely not be able to win the title, but at least maybe top 2.
No, they can win the title. It's going to be difficult because Chelsea will not let the title slip easily from their hands, and also Man City want to regain the title they won 2 seasons ago. Arsenal have not won the title since 2004. And I think they've been, like I said earlier on, they've been building towards that. So it's going to be a very fantastic season. I think it depends on how you play against so-called lesser teams right now. Because if you look at it last season, Man United had the best record against the big boys, but they did not kill off the smaller opponents, which Chelsea did. Chelsea did really well. So I think right now, you have to deal with those mid-table sides and lesser teams, and also pick up, be respectable when it comes to the head-to-head meetings with the big boys. And definitely, I think you will have your hands on title. It's going to be really tough. I can't really place my hand on it. Anybody can pick up. Last season, I went for Chelsea and they did win the title, but right now, I don't think I can really place my hand on any team winning the title.
There's another big player, of course, who has left a big club to a lesser club. I'm talking about what color service. I mean, I was thinking, why would you want to leave a Juve, you know, who got to the finals of the Champions League, and of course, who've won the Italian Serie A 4 times in a row, and you're going to Boca Juniors? Is it because you just want to go home?
Cecilia, a lot of people will be obsessed with you for calling Boca Juniors a lesser club. You know, the fact that they're not in Europe, hey, calm down, the fact that they're not in Europe doesn't make them a lesser club. Boca Juniors are a storied club. You know, just if you come to Europe and you talk about Real Madrid, Barcelona, Juventus, AC Milan, the same way you go to South America, you talk about Boca Juniors, you talk about Sao Paulo, you talk about Santos, you talk about River Plate.
How many European players go to South America to play football? Name.
That's the thing. We're talking, where is the money? Because first of all, it's a job. Okay. You know, football is a job. You have to maximize and make sure you earn the best you can or the most you can. So definitely, the money is in Europe. Everybody goes to Europe to make money, but that doesn't mean that it's not competitive when you come back home to South America. So you know, please, I don't call Boca Juniors a lesser club.
Okay, lesson learned. But the fact is, when you're talking about big clubs, there's what they call top 5 leagues in Europe.
I like that, Europe.
Top 5 leagues in Europe. Now, top 5 leagues in Europe, that's the only thing you have. You don't have it elsewhere. You don't have it elsewhere.
Cecilia, a lot of Argentines have gone on to play in Europe.
So why don't they stay at home?
It's mostly Boca Juniors, River Plate, Estudiantes, you know, some.
Yeah, it's more like it grows these players, and of course they move to bigger teams.
Like we always say,
you don't usually expect them to come back home.
They have to leave and go look for and go chase the money in Europe. That is, trust me, if their leagues were as commercial and as viable as the European leagues.
Competitive.
No, I'm not using the word competitive here. I'm talking about commercial. If it was as commercial as the ones in Europe, trust me, they wouldn't go anywhere. That is why you still see them most of them at the end of the career, they want to come back home.
Now, how many of the players from Boca Juniors actually played in Last Copa America?
In the last Copa America, I can't tell you off the top of my head.
Thank you. Well, thank you so much for being part of the program, because Sport Tonight is at 9 p.m. Don't forget to join us again for more sports. Bye for now.